Hey everybody. Okay, on this video we're going to be going over the OBS impact on the performance of the actual game, the effect that it has on the FPS value. We're going to be testing OBS recording on the same computer that we're playing using NDI and without OBS recording anything on the computer. So let's see. Okay, so we just saw those three type of tests. We can see the graph here. I turned the whole thing into a graph. You can also see the hardware that I was using. Well, everything. Okay, the version of the game, the version of the driver, version of the kernel, what Ubuntu version I'm using, etc., etc., etc. So there was no overclocking. There was no. I wasn't using XMP. You can see the RAM, the speed that the RAM was actually running, like the g.skill was supposedly DDR5 6000, but it was actually running at 4800. Everything you could see everything there in regards to that. And based on the graphs, you can see what happened the moment that I stopped using OBS and the difference between running OBS using NDI and running it on the same computer. So we can see that, for example, on the minimum for OBS running on the same computer where the game is running, we got 25.39 as I was able to record here, and the average for on the same computer was 59.82, and the maximum was 172.43. For the NDI version of OBS, meaning it's recording on another computer through the network. Okay, in my particular case it was recording using the wireless router and everything, so it wasn't using cable. So the OBS minimum was 26.43. That's basically 1.1 jumping FPS for the minimum, and the NDI average was 61.53. Again, that's more or less like a one frame to 2 frame jump there. And for the maximum, we're talking about 178.55 FPS, which is a jump of around 6. Let's put it like that, 6. But then the moment I did not use, I ran the benchmark. I was just recording with my phone. That's when we saw the actual, let's say, impact of it. So the minimum FPS that we got without using OBS was 63.17, which was actually higher than the average of both OBS running on the same computer and OBS NDI. And then the average of it was 119.84, which is basically twice. Okay, and the maximum was 185. Obviously, we were getting the maximum there because of the graphics card, Proton version, etc., etc. Anything that you want to put as an argument of why we only got to 185 there, but because of the 4090, whatever you want to put there. But point being here is that the game, every time I do a recording here, we can see that the OBS recording actually drops a lot, almost 50% of the actual real performance that we would get with it without it. So no OBS recording actually got to 185.73, but the average was twice as much as the other two at the same time. So this is just one video that I wanted to create just to benchmark what the actual performance would be here in this case on Linux, Ubuntu, and with and without OBS. So hope that this video helps others figure out how they want to manage, how they want to record the actual real world performance of the game, depending on the hardware. Do know that because of the hardware that I'm using, there's going to be a bigger difference between using OBS on the same computer and OBS using NDI on your end. So if you have less CPU, less RAM, again, less video, less everything, the NDI is going to have a bigger impact in performance or difference in FPS performance between on the same computer and using on the NDI device. Okay, we're assuming the NDI device, the other computer, has actually good hardware to encode and all that. Okay, and you do have great internet connection locally, I mean. So hope this video again helps everybody. Think positive, and I'll be trying to do more videos similar to this ones. Thank you.